wanted to just put a quick video on this one. Hopefully it is quick. So it's a, like, I just got a new, not new, like a vintage plain blade. It's a 3x8, which usually fits the 5.5, sorry, 5.5, 4.5. This is shows a Stanley patent date of 92, I believe. So it should be a made in US, I believe. Anyways, so idea is that, like, what I wanted was like a spare blade for my 4.5, 5.5. Instead of investing on multiple planes, I feel like I could sharpen these blades, keep it aside, and just switch the blades, and so I have more backup. And I never want to install those or put those new, like, thick blades. I don't want to mess with my planes, and I hand sharpen like my iron, so these thin blades are ideal, less steel to remove. I don't want to make any modifications to the plane. So yes, Hock irons are good, but along with the cap iron that that comes with the plane itself, and all these are the ones that are compatible. I don't want to go into those unless really needed. Anyways, what I'm planning to do is uh, test this, like, or work on like flattening the backside, or see how flat it is. So I just opened it, and one thing I did first was whether like this was around 90 degrees or not. This is in fact like pretty good 90 degrees, but what I observed was that, like, if you can see, if it comes up, I knowingly put the Sharpie so that it comes up. There is a camber this way, little bit. Like normally we do a massive camber when it's meant for as a scrub plane or something. I want it for my, like, regular, like, smoothing, so I don't need that camber. I was thinking, do I go back to my grinder and grind that off? Maybe I could, but I will leave it at that. The camber is not too heavy, and over like a few sharpening sessions, like, I hope that will go away, so I will not mess with that for now. I'll see how it works. Getting rid of the camber means that I can use the full width of the plane, because 5.5 I want to use because it has that wider thing. But with this camber, probably it will only, the width is kind of reduced. So yeah, I will get on with it. I have like a cheaper set of diamond plates, like inexpensive ones. I don't want to use my DMT diamond stones for this. It will take a long time, and I don't want to wear those for this. So let me get that. This is the one. This is the made in China diamond stones. They work well. I mean, very good for someone to get going. It works just as good. I don't know how long this will last. So the 250 grit is the one that I care about right now. And if this also, I see like I have to spend a lot of time, then I will go to sandpaper actually, because that is the quickest. What I don't want is a belly at the center, because that is the worst thing to have. This is what I didn't want, like it's sitting here, not at the sides. So that would be like the definition of a belly. But I see, let me see like how long this takes. One way Paul Sellers recommends is like putting a hammer blow on this one. That works really well, but I have also broken a plain iron because I believe someone had like hardened it and didn't, like it was too brittle. Like normally when you harden it, you have to still like, what's the process? I don't recollect the name of that. So you have to like keep it on a oven or something and let it cool slowly so that it's somewhat soft, not as brittle. So maybe someone hadn't done that. So unless really needed, I will not go for that hammer blow, but I'll see. I mean, it's going, still it does have a belly, as long as what I want is like, I want this thing to reach throughout like complete edge. I may have to go to a sandpaper. I think that will be faster. I don't like employing the ruler trick. That works pretty well, I'm sure. But thing with that is that once I do that, I always have to do that. This is just one time task, so I would rather spend time making it flat, and then this blade is there for life. Risky in some ways, like here, like put a firm blow here. Unless like this is too brittle, it should work. Just one blow. I don't want to do it too much. It's going pretty good. Let's see. Let me bring my sandpaper. So this is I just wanted to show this, not like this is a setup I have like for meant for like restoring my restoration work, and also I have like these are just melamine, like what do we call, particle board, which I have like stuck using double-sided tape so that it's thick, and then there is a plate glass. Now it's flat, and this is a sandpaper that has been stuck since, I mean, I don't know how good it is right now, but let me give this a try. Sandpaper is very fast, but like you have to change it, like keep changing it to get the fresh grit. This is 120 grit, or it's 120 grit sandpaper if I recollect. See, it's getting it down quick. So little bit more, like it's almost going towards the edge, but there's still a little bit more. In the past, sometimes what I've done, if it takes too long to reach the edge, I have ground off a little bit so that it works. But I don't want to take out material from the blade unless it is really essential. Some double-sided tape. There are like wider CBN wheels, like that have like a, so here, so this helps me bear down on this one, like so this way. Even I can put more pressure like this using my heel. It works like if there is a lot of material that needs to be taken out, but then this could flex the blade also a little bit, I believe, like so. No, there is a good chance someone may have used a ruler trick on this one, because I have got like almost everything out, but as if like there is a back bevel here. So maybe that's what someone has done, the past owner maybe. In that case, if it takes too long, I will just grind off that edge. So that's my gauge line. Does it show? So I'll grind off that part. I still have to work on the bevel because I took out some material here. I took out a little bit more because in any case I was going to the grinder, so so I wanted it to help with my, so here I'm almost like 90 degrees, so that camber is gone. Now let me see if I can flatten, like it's flat enough, or I still need to work more on this. This has gone to the edge completely. These corners are still almost there. I'll go and work on the bevel on the grinder because I had set that around, I guess, 25-30 degree angle. I don't care about that as much because like as long as it is 25 to 35, 25 to 30, I'm good. Because I will be, this is just one time restoration work. I am not going to the grinder for this anytime, so it will all be freehand. Let's see, I will work on the bevel now. I'm getting more on the heel than on the edge, which is what I want, but at some point also I want to make some adjustments. Little bit difficult to get the burr out of the corners. I think I may have to do some more work on flattening the back side of the strop. I'll just try to see. It's working pretty well. These corners, they are still like, I could feel like they are not coming off. I'll see what I can do on that one. So it's almost done. I'll see something like I still have to flatten so that these corners, they will still function, I guess. All right, but I'll see like if I can fix that part. So I like had to still go back and work on this one offline because I thought I got it like fully working, but I realized that the center part, like I was up to the I was able to flatten the center part, but this part was still like not flat enough. So I had to spend significant amount of time just to like I used like some coarse grit sandpaper to take down this. And actually it was not really a problem with this iron itself, but I'm pretty sure what had happened was the previous owner was using the ruler technique. Folks know about that. So it's basically like instead of like you work on the bevel, and at the end, instead of like just flattening this, you use a thin ruler and like just lift it up so that it creates a slight back bevel. So because of that back bevel, when I was trying to like flatten it, I could flatten like almost all of it except for the edge. Now ruler trick, like it's a perfectly valid technique and folks use that. I just don't prefer that because I don't want to remember that which iron or which chisel I have used that technique versus not. I just like I would rather be willing to spend initially like some amount of time to just get my blades and iron all like flattened so that they are like they are flat for the lifetime of the tool. So what I had to do, I spent significant amount of time, still like the corners I could not get, like, which also shows that the steel is really good. I mean, it's a good sign that it takes so long. So I just went to the grinder and actually took like a eighth of an inch, I believe, maybe little bit less, but I took like that part. Like, so yes, I got like this is now the blade is like an eighth inch shorter, but I'm okay with that because there is still enough steel there to last a lifetime. and now it's like fully like flattened, and I have sharpened it, went through the same process again. Now I'm pretty sure this is sharp, but I'll put it to test now. Now I got my 5.5. It will also, I also have a 4.5, and it will perfectly fit that. But I'll just try on this one right now. My plane is made in England, and the other one is, it just says Stanley patent date 1992. I mean, as long as the blade is like wide enough, it should work just fine. So this one, if I just see like roughly, they are pretty much the same. I would say the earlier, like the previous blade is like maybe 32nd of an inch wider, so that wouldn't matter to me. I hope. I'm still like trying it for the first time here. The cap iron fits pretty good. So whenever I want to invest on a spare blade, do I get tempted to invest on a newer iron like the thicker one? Not necessarily the thicker ones. I have no inclination whatsoever on the new thicker irons, but the Hock irons, I'm like, sometimes I get like I get inclined to buy those. I haven't yet tried. I've heard that they are like not too thick, so, but then like I don't like, I'm pretty sure these irons are like the best suited for these vintage planes. So I go back to eBay and get one from eBay instead. Loose. The iron is too far ahead. I'll back out the iron. Feels very nice. Almost like equal on both sides. I'll back off again. Back off further. They sound similar. Yeah, I'm backing off again till I get that almost nothing. This is like a 1/1000th of an inch. Still slightly on that side. Did I do it more? This is exactly the same, and this is like 1/1000th, I guess, thou. And I'm getting very nice shaving. Now it should get a good shaving at the center. Very nice. I can back it off further and further. Yeah, so this plane is ready. And sometimes what happens, I have seen for me, on a fresh blade that I got off from my grinder, bench grinder. Yeah, this is really smooth. I tend to, if I show on this one, this is like I've hand sharpened a few times, so this doesn't have that problem. So when I get it from the grinder, because I use my hand, I am not that I would say like I am not the most stable on the grinder. So sometimes what happens is that there may be a very fractional like not visible to the eye, like not hollow, what do we call it, concave on the front. Ideally we want like this thing to be fully straight, or very slight camber this way, if I can put it. I'm exaggerating, but very slight, because it should take less or equal to on the sides than at the center. But if this is hollow, it will take more on these sides. So if I got it from the grinder, then there may be that discrepancy for the first couple of sessions, but after I get my freehand sharpening done, they all get back in line, like in a couple of sessions or like 2 or 3. It's not significant, I can still manage with that. But what I'm just trying to say is that blade directly off the grinder that I have freshly restored, that do have that, sometimes I've seen that problem. So yeah, the other blade I had sharpened also, I'll keep it aside because I've installed it and set it, so I can work on that one. So yeah, one more plain blade, nice.